There we are.
There it is. And we have started.
I might time this just right one of these days. No, I highly doubt it. Hey everyone, what's going on? Aunt Pruitt here. Hope you're doing well. I'm unbelievable as always on Thursday, August, whatever this day is. I think it's the 7th. It doesn't matter. It's Thursday. This is the weekly hangout on air. We like to call it Point and Shoot, hosted by the smartphone photographers community here on Google+. Appreciate y'all coming out and watching. This is the weekly hangout where we get together and talk about tips and tricks to make you a better smartphone photographer. Because believe it or not, your phone has a damn good camera in it. Well, most of the time. And you can get some really good shots out of it. You know, the iPhones are good. The Galaxy phones are pretty good. Trust me, just use these things more than you really do. We have a couple of moderators in here tonight joining us. I'm starting late. My apologies. It's probably going to be late going forward until Little League football season is over because I am now a volunteer coach for my Hard Hits team. So I get to yell at kids for 2 hours every day. This is it's going to be great. Anyway, like I was saying, we do the challenge each week as well. We have a theme challenge, if you will, and we have everyone submit the shots, and we vote on it with the +1 in Google+, and talk about the shots, and we'll go from there. So let everybody do a little introduction. We'll start with my man, who I think should be chilling out, but we won't get into that story. Mr. Michael King, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I've been a little under the weather, but right now I'm talking to you from, it's now cooled down to 99. With the feels like it's 105 still. It was 110 today. Feels like.
I'm not going to sweat you on that because I know my day is coming here in the South too. It's August, and that's usually how it goes until about the third week of September.
Yeah, and I've been a little. As I said, I've been just a little under the weather. Just had a little small problems.
Well, I'm glad you're kicking it and chilling, but I really wish you would.
We don't want him to kick it. We don't want him to kick it. That's not be a good idea.
Well,
I'm glad you're rolling along. How about that?
Rolling along, more like it.
Well, my feet are. I'm chilling, and my feet are on the are on an ottoman. I'm in a nice. This chair has a little vibrator on it, so I'm got it going.
Let's keep it PG, sir. Let's keep it PG.
You know, it's a heated back vibrator that goes on the back.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna move the camera on over here. Next up, my man Michael Portis.
Oh my goodness. And this is probably going to be the theme for this week, unfortunately. Oh, my. Hello, everyone. I'm Michael Portis of Black on a Mac. Happy IPA Day, everybody out there.
Yes. Cheers. Mine is about gone, so I might have to take a little exit here in the middle of the broadcast.
Not fair.
Tip.
I can't drink.
Pro tip is to grab one of these growlers and keep refilling, gentlemen. Keep refilling.
Yeah.
This
growler
is
for the win.
Okay, and I got a couple of those on ice, so it might be a really, really interesting show.
What's the IPA of choice tonight, sir?
This is the Great Basin Brewery in Sparks, Nevada, hence the growler. This is their new Dos Equis. It's a double hop American IPA. It's super smooth and very, very good.
Nice. I'm enjoying a Flying Dog, Snake Dog IPA. For IPA Day, as you said. Appreciate you hanging out with us, bro.
It's my pleasure.
Next up, Mr. Mike Sweeney.
Hey, everybody. So, I don't know about you guys with your IPAs, but we're having a little bit of the red stuff tonight.
Well, normally
we're high class. We're high class over here.
You normally have a stout or a porter if it wasn't.
I know exactly. One day,
I would, except I was out.
Yeah.
The one day you're supposed to drink beer, you drink some.
That's right. Of course. I had it over last weekend, finishing up the room edition.
I
haven't restocked yet.
Kids just ain't right, I tell you.
Yeah, you and your alcohol is not fair when the doctor says I can't drink for at least 3
Aw.
weeks.
Don't worry, we got you covered.
Cheers.
We got you covered. All right, let's go ahead and get into the contest or the challenge, I should say. Crap, I was supposed to send the URL to Miss Nicole H.
Yeah, she wanted
You better hurry up.
Can I find the thread? Nope, that ain't it either. This is the technical part of the show, folks. Why
That's the
can't I
part you're
find the
supposed to know how to
thread?
do.
You know what? Let me
Get us
mention
live
this.
here.
Actually, let me mention this. For those people who saw Robert Knight's post about a great photo app, he gave us a coupon code from it. Just go into your Starbucks, and because each coupon code is only good for one download, so go in your local Starbucks, grab one of the cards there by the barista, and get yourself a free app. It should be there still. I saw them in the Starbucks this morning when I was in there. But it is really a great photo app, for lack of better terms.
You know what? I can't find my stream, myself showing in the stream. There it is. What the heck was that
There
all
it is.
about? No, that's the private one. Interesting. Okay, all right. One of you guys, if you look in your G Plus stream and you see the public post from me,
yes, I have that. I have
please tag Miss Nicole H on that so she can see it. I appreciate that. All right, we'll go ahead and do a screen share and pull up the photos from this week.
If it don't crash.
It's not gonna crash.
It's Google
Not this
Plus. It never
time.
crashes.
All right, screen share, and we got that window share. Okay, we had 7 submissions this week here. Not a lot of submissions, but some of these are pretty good. One of them really stood out to me. It didn't win, but I liked it a lot. That tells you something right there. We'll start with this one here. We'll let you guys share your thoughts on it. This is from Domingo Rajes, one of our, he's a fairly new member if I'm remembering right. And it looks like he used one of those LG phones here. I don't know if that's the G2 or if he's got the G3 or anything like that. But let's see, LG doesn't look like there's any HDR information or anything like that. But he didn't leave any details. From what I gather on it, it looks like he used some type of grungy filter on it. I like the idea based on the theme being explore. I probably should have said that before I started this. Yeah, the theme of this week's challenge was explore, according to last week's winner. The first thing that came to my mind is the grimy, grungy film of the trailers from The Walking Dead. It's the same sort of color tone. And the next thing I'm looking for is like some zombies to be peeping around here or something like that. But I thought it was a decent shot there. You guys have any thoughts on it? We'll start with you, Mr. King.
I like it. It does look like something you would find off of Walking Dead. But I think he might have gone a little overboard with the grunge on it, but it's
really
okay. I think it's a little overboard, but it's okay.
All right. So you wouldn't have done as much grunge?
Probably not.
Because I believe with those filters you can sort of back down the intensity on them, right?
Yeah, and what it was looking at is an old building. I would try to gone more like an old, an old camera, like a Brownie or something like that.
Yep.
And gone with that kind of, kind of the picture that you would see off one of those.
Well, that would make it square then.
Well, that's okay. But
There's
I
nothing
think
wrong with square. We've discussed
right.
that.
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
And I tell you, that would have looked better if he would have gone with something that old. I would have tried to gone with something to make it look like it was taken off a real old camera.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Portis, your thoughts?
You know what? I don't mind this photo. I see what Michael is saying about taking it so grainy. I would have made it darker, or even maybe a black and white to like go black and white and then make it grungy, because I think this is probably like a really cute, quaint farmhouse kind of thing in real life. But
It's
if
like a
he's gonna
barn.
add like a barn, kind of like pigs, clearly they're like pigs or something in there before. But if he had gone, desaturated, I think, and took it towards the black and white section and then added the grunge, I think it would have been more spooky and therefore more interesting. I like the greens in the photo. It's especially, particularly in the weeds there, it's a very vibrant pop, so I'd be interested in seeing how he did the grunge in it and kept the vibrance of the weeds there in the center. But all in all, it's a good shot.
Nice. All right. Your thoughts, Mr. Sweeney?
Nope. So, nope. It's boring. Is about
Too
what
flat?
I can say. It looks like a typical picture where the camera is held here. I would be curious if he were to shoot. I'm assuming it's a he, Domingo.
Mm-hmm. Domingo.
I would be curious to go considerably lower and use some of that
Those
tree
tall
trunk,
weeds there.
the tall weeds, the tree trunk, something as kind of like a foreground, and maybe just skim the top of the structure, out of the weeds. I think he could do a lot with it, but this particular angle and where the camera is relative to the subject is just like what everybody else does.
I zoomed in too far, trying to see.
Yeah.
If I can
It's hard to do it on a picture that's already done because you're changing the whole perspective when you shoot low.
This is true. Good point.
So the shooting low would have added a considerable amount of drama
So
to the structure.
Are you saying to come in tighter to the weeds and shoot up like through them?
I would maybe stay where he is, but yes, definitely take the camera lower and shoot up through the weeds.
Shoot up through the weeds, like kind of towards, like, you see that log that's kind of centered in the picture right now,
Yep.
focusing on. Okay, yeah, no,
I might actually slide over a little bit. And the only reason I'm thinking this is you want to really accent the age of the structure, and you want to make it the central point of the image. So typically in filmmaking, if you shoot up, you make something appear taller, more powerful, more formidable.
Mm-hmm.
If you shoot down on something, you make it seem smaller and less powerful.
Right.
Yep.
Where he's at right now is neither. And so it's just an old building. There's nothing really there to grab your attention.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I can see that. I agree with that.
All right. Welcome in, Mr. Richard Orth. How you doing, bro?
Hi, guys.
How you doing today,
How
buddy?
you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Sorry to hear about you, Mr. King.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It was just a little minor problem.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Well, Richard, you
Yeah.
popped in just in
Oh,
time.
yeah.
This is your time to share your thoughts on this shot for Domingo Rogers.
Yeah, I. Looking at it, it's like I don't understand the grunginess to it because it almost looks like it's a crystallized negative as opposed to like a watermarked print or something, something that's aged as a print. It's almost a damaged negative type of look.
You saying crystallized
But see,
negative?
Yeah,
So
well,
you're
when
saying
he's-
that to somebody that's totally ignorant to photography now. So you got to break that down for me, right?
Well, it's if you put cellulose or anything out and over a period of time, especially if it's fairly stiff,
Mm-hmm.
it'll either scratch up or it will, if it's been kept poorly, you can get watermarks on it, you get fingerprints to it, but this looks like it would have been a really badly kept negative,
denaturing it.
so that like salt crystals would develop on it.
Gotcha. Okay. I just had to get you to break that down for people like me and other ignorant folks watching.
Well, if it had been black and white, it would really sell a crystallized, because black and white film is really it's a silver, I think it's silver iodine crystal, so you could actually decrystallize some of it, and some of it would fall away.
So some of this right here, like that right there, that right there.
Yeah, all that stuff right there in that corner, because that's only because it's really apparent right there.
Gotcha.
Whereas if he'd have used something that would have like water stained it or something, it would actually transmit throughout the picture more than just showing up in this darkened area.
So your suggestion to Domingo here is maybe to try it with black and white, and everybody else is saying decrease some of the intensity. That sounds about right?
Yep.
Yeah, you could even go to a almost overexpose it, make it, change the contrast to it, to give it a really old picture type of feel to it.
Okay. I dig it.
And then depending upon which, how old you're talking about would depend on, do you add more amber to it, which is, I guess, what's the filter that does that the best? Oh crap, I can't remember it basically turns the entire picture a reddish amberish color. It almost looks like he did use something like that.
Like a sepia tone?
A sepia tone. But keep the color and don't make the sepia as deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you take a picture in the sepia mode on your camera, it really saturates the entire thing that way. Whereas if you use a sepia filter on it, you can actually control it, and you could actually age a photo. Like this photograph would have been perfect for a sepia aging, so that it would look like a printed photograph that had just, like I have thousands of old photographs from the 60s that they've just sat in a box. They were processed at the local processor way back then.
Right.
But they've started to age, so they've gotten a little yellowed and they've just aged.
It would be a little more organic look here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good stuff. Good points, gentlemen. There's only gentlemen here, right? Divorce. Okay. Good.
Use that term loosely.
Okay, dudes, guys. All right, let's take a look at another one here. Two more before we get to the winner. Wait a minute, did we show all photos? Let's show all photos just to be sure. There we go.
Yeah, I didn't see a 7 one in there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. It's there now. But this is another one I wanted to point out here. I didn't get exploration out of this, explore or anything like that. It sort of looks downhill. This is from Trudy Grossman. She's fairly new as well. She has shared some pretty nice shots throughout the community.
Oh yeah. It's just this one's kind of.
I think this one is flat.
Yeah. I mean,
and you know what? It's not level, which bugs the hell out of me.
Yeah, exact. That's exactly what I was getting. That's why I said it's sort of like it's going downhill, like the water is flowing off to the right here.
They took a torpedo and sinking.
Then the boat's pointing the right way, going downhill.
Yeah.
It's
a lot easier to go down the hill. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen this with a little more saturation, and of course the alignment back here. But I think she would have gotten a little bit better with this being a little more saturated and done something more with the I like clouds and and horizons myself.
This one made
That's
a nice
just me.
pano.
Yeah, and then crop, you know,
Mhm.
and then crop to make it a little bit, you know, wider aspect. You guys have any other thoughts?
No.
Might have also helped to have backed out
Mm-hmm.
because you've got that little that little sprig of bush right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could have gotten more of that in the foreground. Maybe that would sell it more as the spirit of exploration.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just clone it out.
Says the hacker.
Pretty much.
All right, so let's go to one more before the winner here. From Richard Orth.
This one I liked.
Yes.
I like. Now this one was a really good.
This is, as he titles it, Forgotten Stream. And
No.
Richard.
This is almost like
No.
the Jungle Cruise.
Now I'm torn on this.
All right.
Because
Why
I
are you
would've-
torn?
Well, because I would have gone one of two ways. I probably would have tried both and then see which I like better. Oversaturate the hell out of it. I think it would just look really bitchin' with the uber greens and the reflections in the river. I mean, kick the contrast up and just oversaturate it.
I agree.
Or go black and white.
Wait. If you
No, I don't agree on that.
Wait. Now, if you oversaturated and overgreened it, wouldn't he have a lot of blown out spots because of the sunlight?
Not if he's done right. Not if it's done right.
Because I think that's the risk you run.
Saturation is not brightness.
No.
Yeah.
So
But if you up
do
the
your
saturation on it-
if you do your saturation right, you're not going to blow it out any further than what it is.
Yeah, because it's got some pretty blown out spots in the middle of this.
Now, what you
honestly.
might try with this is split toning. And
What is split toning?
Split toning is where you can apply a tone or a color to the highlights and then a different tone to the shadows. And you can get some really interesting effects doing that.
I think it would have taken care of the blowouts also.
It very well might have. It would help camouflage it.
Is that playing with the curves?
No.
Okay.
No. Split toning is something unique. Not all apps do it. Photoshop does, Lightroom does, but a few of the iPhone apps can do it. I don't know. What did he shoot this with?
He did with an iPhone 5.
Yeah. All right.
And I edited it in GIMP.
In GIMP?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Might be an
something else to
editing
try.
for you.
Something else
That's
to try is
cheating.
photo.
Again, cheating.
Is Photo
Shit.
FX?
What?
No, it's not.
You just shut it, Portis.
So
Wait. Here we go. Here's the
Hey,
soapbox again.
to me,
So
any
awesome.
editing is cheating.
No.
Oh,
This is,
gosh.
okay, here we go. No, he opened
Here
up
we go
Pandora's
again.
box.
Okay,
Okay.
Portis, you got the mic. Go
It
ahead.
is a smartphone photography group. I don't think it's fair to edit yourself on a, I think for a purist that if this is a smartphone photography that you should actually edit your photos on your smartphone device.
kiss my ass.
There are so many really
And
good tools.
you know why?
for
You know
editing.
why? Because so where do you draw the line? So if I take the picture with a tablet, I've got, depending on the tablet, I almost have a full-on desktop that will run Photoshop.
Well,
Is this-
true.
So
But there's still
why
it's,
not?
It's
Why not
not
use
the
my desktop?
Photoshop. It's not because even on we're talking about the Windows tablet. To be completely honest with you, that thing is damn near a laptop. I mean,
But it meets our requirement of shooting on a phone or a tablet.
it does, but it's still not a full
No,
desktop
You're
version
wrong.
of the software.
This time you're wrong.
If you talk about the Surface Pro 3,
Yes.
Surface Pro is a computer, dude.
it
Yeah,
is
it
a
is.
full computer.
Is it a full
It's
computer?
pretty nice actually.
Yeah,
I
I have one. I just got one the other day.
Of course you do.
It's a full. It runs Windows 8.1. It runs
Yep.
all your Windows apps, and it's running Photoshop from the cloud.
From the cloud.
Perfectly.
From the cloud.
Yeah, no. Photoshop in the cloud is still Photoshop installed.
I'm not, right, it's
Exactly.
still installed. It's part of my thing that when I got that
Creative
Creative Cloud
Cloud.
suite.
Creative Cloud.
And it runs it
We're
beautifully.
off track here.
That's my pet peeve with the editing. I really appreciate all the people who use like the Pixlr Expresses and the things in the browser. Don't get me wrong, it's really cool what you guys are doing. But I'm a smartphone photographer. I want to learn how to get these shots and anything here on the actual mobile device. And
Portis,
I'm off.
let me say this, Portis. Let me say this, because I'm with you on that. I enjoy. I'm gonna turn on screen share because I want to look you in the eye. I enjoy using my smartphone camera, and I enjoy using the Snapseeds and even the new updated KitKat editor in Android. I enjoy using that, but there are some times I can't see small little artifacts that are on this screen. This is a very nice display, mind you, but when I put it on this computer that's got an even better screen, I can pick out those little artifacts that I don't like and fix them. Or, as Sweeney told me last week, embrace them. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
No, I agree, because I took some really cool pictures with my smartphone. I got home, I was like, what the hell did I take a picture of?
See, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, and I do have the Photoshop for iOS all hooked up, and I do it some, but I prefer to use Lightroom on the computer.
Actually, Lightroom on the iPad's pretty good now.
Well, it is too. I do have it. Unfortunately, it's not working right on 8.
Yeah, well, go figure. There's a lot that doesn't work right on 8.
Somehow I crashed there. I was just sitting there.
Comment.
Oh God, we're jinxed.
And multiplying.
That's
I wonder if I eject Ant if he'll come back.
That's the problem with these ants. They're always multiplying.
Touche, Sweeney, touche. I can't say a word on that, bro.
No, sir, you can't.
All right, let me share my screen again. That's funny. It crashed without me sharing the screen. I was just sitting here. All right, so share that. Let's go back to the pictures.
Or something else?
Yes, I'm in Chrome.
Yeah, well, that explains a lot right there.
There we go. So we got Richard's shot up. So was saying either black and white.
Black and white, and the only reason I'm thinking black and white is I've got visions of the African Queen and very classic movies like that.
African Queen. I see the little guys from the Jungle Cruise. That's all I see. This is a turn on the
You
Jungle
have no
Cruise.
taste.
Hey.
No,
I saw Bear Grylls myself. That's all I saw. Bear Grylls.
Yeah. Now, if it's on dry land, I would be looking for Ewoks.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
I love it though, Richard. I love
See,
this shot.
that's a sign of a really good picture where all of us came up with a very different vision of
Yes.
what this thing reminded us of.
Yes.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Well, okay, to go back to the Jungle Cruise, you know the part where the hippos come up?
Spray the water out.
Sweetie, you got that mute button again?
I do.
Yeah. No, I tell you what. No, this would look like is if they had if it would make it look like the Amazon jungle. I'll be looking for also emerald tree boas.
Oh
my God, that's nice.
Being in Florida, I wouldn't put it past there not being one in there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I have an emerald tree boa.
There's probably a monkey back there too.
Yeah, I do own a.
I'm only interested if the monkey takes a selfie. Then we can argue about the copyright.
Oh yeah. But yeah, my study, I do have an emerald tree boa.
You would.
And they have teeth as long as viper's fangs. So you don't want to get bit by it.
Yeah, that would not end well.
Oh,
for me, or a snake.
If I could address Mr. Sweeney's comments here real quick, because a lot of that stuff that you guys suggested, I tried. I looked at it in black and white. The photograph is really dark. There's really very little light back there.
Did you try the color filters?
And I used it's in my comments what I did. I actually moved the saturation all the way up and it really just brought the greens up to what would normally be a normal tone.
Wow,
So-
it was that
so-
dark.
It's really dark back there.
Damn.
If you shot this with black and white and had a green filter on it, all that green would go almost white.
If I shot it in black and white.
Well, even when you convert it, that's the whole point of the filter.
Yeah.
What about with the low density filter?
You'd smooth out the water, but I'm not sure you'd pick up much else.
I don't think I'm gonna smooth out that water because I like those ripples in it.
Yeah, you like the ripples. Oops.
Yeah, Photoshopping some fog.
I could put a gator. I could have put a gator underneath that overhang.
Hey, Blender's an app on the phone, so it would be
Yes,
completely
it is.
legal.
It absolutely
Yeah.
is. And so is Photoshop Touch, and so is Lightroom.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of what Mr. Sweeney suggested, moving the saturation all the way up, that was actually my first thing I did, and but it made the wood that's sticking up out of the water
Black.
too red.
Oh, really?
It really made it red.
Well, can you adjust? Can you do
and
a
then-
selective color adjustment?
Then what I did was I brought the lightness down. I brought the lightness down about 10%, and that lightened it up a little bit. Or no, it darkened it up a little bit. And then I backed off about 50% on the saturation, and that's the photograph that you've got there. That's the coloring. The interesting thing about the photograph is that stick that's angled up out of the water is not fixed to anything in the water, so it's as the water is running past it, you can see the ripples running around, and it's bobbing like there's a fish on the line.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
If the mosquitoes hadn't been so bad, and if it didn't smell so bad back there, something absolutely dead right there. I might have been able to stick around and take several photographs.
I bet you that's a gator.
Can
right
you do
there.
me a
That's
favor
the
and
bubbles.
drag a window or something down on the top? And I want you to drag it down about a third, right where the two center trees cross and form the X.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can do this.
Oh,
Hold on.
it's getting close to a 16 by 9, people. Now it's going to be interesting.
Exactly.
And
Do you see that?
No.
I'm still looking around for alligators.
I need to change the
I
screen
think,
share.
honestly, that the bubbles in the lower half of the screen, that might be an alligator right there.
Let me try it this way.
You and your bubbles.
Bubbles.
If I had been that close to an alligator, I wouldn't have a foot left.
Yeah.
Well, no, so explain the shot. Where were you when you took it?
I'm right on the edge of the shore. I'm
See-
actually standing on semi-dry
I
land.
don't have that same capability.
Hey, this is called Windows problems, everybody, because on the Mac it would just
Oh, ouch.
I'm not running in Windows. I've wiped my
Ubuntu
machine.
problems.
Yeah.
Ubuntu problems.
Well,
Wipe
if
my
it's too much
machine.
trouble, don't worry about it.
Well, can't he get that same? Well, you can't really.
Well, the zooming's better. Just zoom in a little bit and then scroll up, so you get down to where that X is.
It won't let me scroll.
Oh,
There it goes.
There
It's
you
just
go.
barely.
Oh, now
barely let me scroll.
like that's even better.
It's a better shot.
That's a much better shot like that.
That's the original.
yeah.
Oh, that's too far. Let's go right about there and then drop
See,
down.
I think with some judicious cropping across the top, I think it
lot
works
better.
a little better, at least in my mind.
Pocahontas just around the river bend.
What was that? 16 by 9s just around the river bend?
No, I said. Now it reminds me more of like the shot in Pocahontas where she's taking them on the river just around. I'm a Disney person. Okay.
Yeah, she took
Obviously.
it right, all right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that goes.
That or the part of the Jungle Book where he's singing Bare Necessities where he's floating down the river. One of the two.
How's
Bare
that?
Necessities works. I like that better. The real
Alright.
question is whether Richard likes it better.
I can't see. I can't see what the change is.
Click
hold on, I'll show
highlight Ant's window, Richard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that on my first one, and I was always looking at ants after that.
Well, after you're done, unclick it.
Oh, you have to
Go
just
back
click it
to
again and it goes away. Click it now. So this is your submission.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, and then whoop, went too far. Hold on. This
That's
is your
what you said.
submission, and then we come down right about there.
Just a light trim.
So you're saying trim it yet back even further? Because this is already, I took out about 30% of the photograph.
I don't care how much you took out.
Well,
I think it's a better photo.
Because there's still there. I brought it over so that there was trees framing it on each side. There's a vertical tree on each side of it.
See, all that tells me is you need to go run out and buy yourself one of these 60mm lenses.
I'm not going to carry one of those.
Moment, he says.
That's right.
Yeah, I see the trees you're talking about, though. This sort of frames it up
in the
for
back,
you.
yeah. Those.
Well, there's the one tree right there on the side, on the right side. It's more behind the greenery, not necessarily that one. And then there's the thin one on the left side.
Yep.
I was using those as my frame.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to keep that high sky for the light.
Yeah. See, I don't agree with that. I think your story is the river itself that's got the trees and the canopy going over it.
That's where my eyes focused.
Mm-hmm.
Is going back. How far back can this thing go? That was the first thing I looked at.
I mean, even your title, references the river. So.
Yeah.
True. All right.
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Let's take a look at this week's winner. We got yet another repeat, or is it a three-peat?
It's a three-peat, I think.
Three-peat.
Jeez.
I'm not going to say anything bad about her because I don't want to get run over by one of those
monster trucks.
Those
Man,
trucks
did
from
you guys
quarry.
see? Did you see her pictures of that? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. I did.
And when she was listening to me saying how big it is, she said, "You were dead on." I said, "I thought so."
Holy cow!
What was that?
That's insane.
13 feet for the tire. The
Just
whole
for the
building.
tire. One.
And then the whole
That's a real monster truck.
and the truck itself is bigger than a house.
Insane, dude. That driving that's got to be pretty.
They say
fun.
it's the easiest trucks to drive.
I would just try to see.
You don't have to worry about what you run over.
Yeah, I was like, what can I tear up today? All right, this is from. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Go back. I do like that shot though. This one is from Nicole H. It is our winner. She uses a GS5, I think.
That's her mistake.
It ain't a mistake. She's got some good ones. You
I know,
quit
she's
hating.
I know she's listening. That's why I just said it.
Yeah.
Run your butt over is what
She's gonna run you over. And I'm gonna watch.
I'm
All
alive.
right.
Now I'm gonna be my normal cantankerous self.
Bring it.
I would slice off most of the bottom, and I would slice off most of the top and go square.
And just only focus on this wall.
The wall, the window, and the TV.
window?
TV?
Yeah.
So no need for the ceiling, and not
No.
so much for the floor.
No, the floor is a distraction. It's just noise.
To me,
I do like the ceiling, but the proportions are wrong to make a nice print, I think. But I think this would kick ass as a square print.
oh yeah, to me it looks like it's a picture of a television that fell out of an airplane that went through a ceiling.
How do you get an airplane? Why does it have to fall from? I don't understand that. I think it's a really scary situation. I would have liked to see more grunge in this photo because this is one of those places I look at. I ain't going there. Mm-mm.
Well, I don't like birds either, so.
Hey,
Yeah,
whoa,
like-
speaking of birds, speaking of
Look like
birds,
Hitchcock.
yeah. And what it looks like is somewhere where there's been a fire and the house kind of got it.
that's the insurance man in you, Mr. King.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
I kind of like the airplane story.
Don't encourage him.
No,
If you look where the television is, that's where the whole roof is.
That's right. That's right. Somebody chucked the TV out of the airplane as it flew past.
Oh,
Michael
my God,
Caine,
shoot
insurance man.
Or better yet,
He's
Yeah.
distinguishing the cause of damage.
right. Or another thing, it could be the MythBusters are there. Can a television fall through her house?
Oh, God.
Well,
Hit that mute button on him, please.
They did that with a piano. They tried dropping pianos to the roof.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my
it didn't
goodness.
do it.
It did at the end.
Yeah, when he got it weighing.
Right, a few extra 100 pounds of sand in it.
Yeah, and then also dropped it from 100 feet.
Hey, that old ass TV ain't doing much of anything, so it doesn't
No.
matter.
Not so much. Not even a monitor.
I want to know where this is, so I never ever go there.
Michigan.
Michigan. Well, she's in Michigan. And it's
She's
probably
in
the
Michigan.
core.
All
You know,
kinds of
it could very well been. You know, another thing it could have very well been. The truck went too close and knocked everything over.
This looks like
Just
backwater
true.
country, like the Shining kind of area. I ain't going there. No.
Yeah, this is a scene out of one of those apocalypse movies where the whole front of the building disappears.
But you know what I like
Oh,
in here? That
What'd you
there's
like?
those, when I zoom in close, those little balls that are really bright green in
Okay,
there.
right there.
I
Right in front
find
of the
myself looking at the different elements in the ground and trying to figure out kind of what is there.
What
It's
was
really
there?
it's a great
Like
picture.
green golf
It's
balls
a
or
spirit
something.
photo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a spirit photo.
I expect little girls skipping, holding hands, and black and white dresses, and
And blood
whispering
coming
things.
from the walls.
Oh, my
Yeah, all
gosh.
that
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
stuff.
That or
Well, that would have been Sixth Sense.
And mealworms in the ground, mealworms like crawling around in the ground, all that stuff that says black people should not
And-
be here.
that or. I expect when I see that, I expect to see some
So
girl.
us white people can go in there and get eaten
Yeah.
by the mealworms. All right,
Yes,
got it.
yes.
That-
Run. Please go.
That house
Go
is just
explore.
5 years older than a house that I looked at buying.
Oh my
Oh,
Wow.
God.
No, because the ad said it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath
Fixer-upper?
house near a lake. It was across the street from a lake. I knew the house. It was standing. It looked okay.
That doesn't say much.
when you got up to it and when you got inside it, the walls were spongy. It was
Oh,
it was one hurricane away from just falling over on its own. And it still had stuff in it. Nobody was living in it. Nobody had lived in it for like 10 years.
That's because it was buried on an Indian burial ground, so that's why.
that's right.
Yeah.
No, it's actually it was an old army base.
That's it.
Oh,
So it's got Agent Orange in the walls.
Exactly.
Well, the lake next to the one that it's on is about 90% dry cleaning fluid.
Oh, dude.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's one of the bases that was heavily damaged by Andrew, and was abandoned.
Hmm.
But you know, when I see this picture, I expect to see some girl whose head's spinning around and starts upchucking split split pea soup,
Exactly.
and hear
That's
that
what the green things are.
right, and hear the music from the Tubular Bells, which was
Oh,
in
my
Exodus,
gosh.
or
Yeah, a lot of.
And I want you to notice I am not encouraging him.
No, you're not. You got them started. Thanks.
Mm-mm.
Well, Nicole, you won. Congratulations.
Again?
Yeah, again. I hope you're still watching.
I'm just
good job
wondering.
on that one.
she's
I just
probably-
wonder where the green comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and where tell us where the green and all that stuff came from. But
I want to know where this.
I imagine she's in the office rolling on the ground, laughing so hard at us.
Some moldy oldie.
She's like, these guys are some. I don't.
They got issues, and I'm a part of this community. What did I get into?
I wish she was in this.
Hey,
That's called membership cleanup.
we
Yes.
don't have issues. We are
This one-
opportunity.
This one here came in fairly late.
It
I
meets
like
the requirement. We're
Yeah.
exploring.
But I like this a lot. It's cute. I'm not really sold on frames still in this particular shot. But what do you guys think?
This is a cute
Whoops.
photo.
Probably shouldn't have hit that. There we go. Let's try that again. But I like the idea here. Next is 5. Edited with
Again, I
slapstick.
think if she'd gotten on her knees and shot up a little bit, it'd been
Yeah.
a better picture.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I
He?
agree.
I guess this is a he.
Yeah, this is from Joseph Subir. I believe that's how you pronounce his
I
name.
wouldn't know.
I'm not going to even try right now.
I'm sure he'll tell us.
Yeah.
And also with the way I'm slurring stuff, I would
No,
probably
please
butcher
don't.
it even more.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that one out. All right, before we go, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to share some of your submissions if you had anything this week, or even some other tips and tricks and ideas that come to your mind. Now, I know Mr. Portis was out shooting some nice fancy cars the other time we talked to
Bang,
him.
bang, bang.
You
It
know,
was.
what was up with that?
Well, I got the pleasure of going to Hot August Nights. Let me see if my reflector will work right now.
Yeah.
Hey, it was fun. I'm gonna have to restart reflector actually here real quick.
That reminds me, I got to load all of my stuff up because I obliterated my hard drive this weekend. So
Is that one of those technical IT terms?
yeah, pretty much.
What did you end up doing? A nuke and pave?
Yeah, pretty much. It's what happened is both partitions got updates and both partitions borked.
Ooh.
And I'm
Not
like,
good.
seriously? In one weekend? You know, so I just obliterated and I'm starting from scratch again. It sucks reloading stuff. But what you got here, Portis?
Here's a shot. These are unedited shots, so bear with me, everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
All shot. This is a young man who's special. He was out there hand painting.
Actually, that looks like an iPhone, and I don't
That's
think
not-
Apple appreciates you calling it that.
Is it?
Yeah, because all we're seeing is that it's an iPhone.
Is it really? It's because.
There we go. Now we see your camera roll.
Can you see my camera roll?
Yep, now we do.
Let me see. Can you see that?
No, sir.
No, just a blank
Oh,
iPhone screen that just died. Looks
Let me
like.
see. Let me see.
Dear Apple lawyers, you go after him, not me. Thank you.
That's right. And is that, by the way, is that iOS 8 you're showing? That's illegal.
I'm not showing
Ooh-wee.
anything. Sure, sir. Thank you and very much. Okay, so do you see
It
this?
zoomed in some, but still no picture, sir.
No picture.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Let me see. Why does it?
You get an F for tonight.
I
Thank you.
get an F. I get an
Yep.
I'm seeing your camera roll.
Yeah,
That's
but it
all we
will not.
see.
Okay.
It will not show a photo. You see that, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
see the
Yeah.
folders.
But as
Only
soon as I
1,700 photos.
And a blank screen.
and a blank screen. What is that? Because it goes out. It's because I'm actually using iPhoto. I never use the Photos app. Okay, let me figure this out and then come back to me. I'll figure this out.
Will do, sir.
Then we'll think about it.
What about you other gentlemen in here? Mr. Orth, you got anything you'd like to share?
I shared.
You shared already.
Yeah.
That was really hard to, because I was like Nicole. I would like to have found an old house or an old building to scrounge around in, but
Yeah.
even in the downturn, we've had a lot of building going on around here, and a lot of stuff's been developed. So I can't, the places I used to go exploring like that
Mm-hmm.
are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I even kind of work in a downtown area, and there's only one oldish building there, and it's all locked up, but it looks good. It's not dilapidated or anything, and the warehouses in the area are kept up so that they're nothing to really look at. But
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like my man King got something over here.
Well, this is the only thing this is the only picture I have because there's a couple of really nice old buildings about 30 miles from here I was going to go to. Unfortunately, I spent most of my time looking at the emergency room or ICU for quite a few days.
Mm-hmm.
But I just took this one that's just right outside. One of the plants finally decided to bloom. That's right by the bombed out building that got rebuilt.
Right.
And just some of the plants started to bloom, and I just wanted to get them before the heat comes and kills everything, because we still have no water running here at the on the outside.
My beef with you here is you're advertising for Goodman, or whomever that is.
Oh, it's just the air conditioner.
Well, why not crop it?
Because I'm too lazy, and I just want to take a quick.
He's honest, folks.
Well, at least he's upfront about it.
And two, I just didn't feel like it because I just want to take a quick picture, because it's 100 and some odd degrees out there.
No, but dude, you crop it. You can crop it on your phone.
I did crop it.
Not on the computer.
I cropped it some.
I would have cropped out the Goodman there. I would have put more of the focus on the plant. It's a pretty shot. The green is I love it. Really is high saturation there, but you lost me at Goodman or whatever that is.
Okay, well, it's going to be changed real quick because I'm running Chrome.
So crop that thing down, dude.
And
heck, I would go with a skinny bird.
Okay, I got it now.
There you go.
I was going to say take the top third off of it so that you keep the air conditioner body, just crop the name out of it.
Well,
depends on what you're trying to focus on. I'm seeing a bush screening mechanicals.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're looking for a nice picture of an oleander, you've got it.
And
I like that word, oleander.
And my mouse wants to go.
Your mouse is dead.
Yeah, it wants to do some stuff because of I'm running no wonder my fans are blowing at.
You're freezing up.
My fans are blowing at 747 sounds. I can hear them roaring.
Oh, that's okay. We'll let it cool off, and we'll jump on.
Hang on a second.
He finally got his work.
I finally got it.
What you got there for us?
Okay,
that's a pretty sweet shot.
This is 16 by 9. This is an unedited shot of court. Hey, it's Michael Portis, everyone. This is a 16 by 9 shot of a young man. His name is I forget his name actually. But he's hand painting the Ford sign on a car here.
Very nice.
And I got it. And I got it.
Did he hand paint the pinstripes too?
Yeah, he hand painted the pinstripes. I actually watched him do it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. You see the level of concentration in his face.
Yep.
There as he's doing it. That's some beer. This is some lights. Hold on. Okay, ignore this. I want to say everyone knows how afraid of him. That bird is on my head. That bird is on my head. That is the bird from Harry Potter. But what I wanted to get to is these guys. Honestly, I know we talk a lot about not making. This is probably going to drive Mr. Sweeney absolutely apeshit nuts.
Let's do it then.
You're awfully confident of yourself.
No, well, there's a saving grace in these. These photos were legitimately shot off kilter, and there's a reason for it. What I was doing is No, I wasn't. Not nearly as much as I hoped to be on the day I shot these. But my point was, it's okay to shoot things not off kilter if there's a reason.
Agreed.
You see the plane there? The plane is kind of it's telling a story. The off angle is taking flight of this photo.
Or it's stalled and it's getting ready to crash.
Yeah, either. Well, this is the one that
and that one is crashing.
That one is crashing. And I wanted to show people how shooting off angle actually affects your photos. This one, it looks like the plane is kind of going off the edge of the screen.
It looks like the whole city is sinking too.
Exactly. So
Oh, brother.
there we go. Actually, you want that orientation so you can see the full thing. But it's one of the things that I was speaking of. But these are all the shots of the beautiful cars.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. This is just.
I like the tighter crop there.
This was the original photo, and this is the tighter crop. And
I would have gone even tighter.
tighter?
And go back to that one if you don't mind, Mike.
No problem.
I would have lost the headlight on the left.
The
But
headlight.
Yeah.
and I would try to keep the headlight on the right if you could.
It was the dance of not getting myself in the reflection, because that's honestly the technique.
No, I appreciate it. I'm talking about now in post.
Yeah.
Yes.
But crop it tighter to get rid of the.
I don't like the tree and this crap behind that headlight on the left-hand side.
Uh-huh.
So I would put the crop line right on the hood line
Mm-hmm.
and try to keep the headlight on the right if you could, along with the grill work, obviously.
Yeah, the grill work.
Sweeney, what about the what's he called, visual tension? I sort of like that left headlight there. I didn't necessarily see the thing in the background.
Stuff behind it bugged the hell out of me.
What if I
I
crop
didn't see that
down?
until you mentioned it.
What if I crop down to the top of the lamp? What if
Yeah,
I crop down to the top of the headlight?
yeah, I think that would work better.
Yeah, it would have.
I don't know. It'd be definitely something to play with. Try
He likes
again.
to play with
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm off your screen now, since you got a password up on your screen. Jeez,
Yeah.
dude.
No,
Oh.
I touch.
Hey, now we know what it is. We can steal his phone, get in it.
I use Touch ID, so you never know. But these are some of the other shots. Again, with the grill work on these cars, absolutely.
Oh,
just
yeah,
mind-blowing.
the chrome grills are spectacular.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
But I want to point something out to you, Mike.
Uh-huh.
Go back to that. I mean, you've got the right idea because you're shooting detail,
Uh-huh.
but I think you're losing the killer images by including bits of the background, like on the right-hand side there.
A little
In other words,
dice.
crop.
If you're shooting detail, then get the detail and forget everything else.
Okay.
Because
Is there
you're
a way you
playing.
could?
Go ahead.
Is there a way you could have bumped the contrast on it to really make that
Yeah.
chrome pop?
Pop.
Again, these are all unedited. These are just
Yeah.
what's-
Oh, okay. You did say that. My bad.
Yeah, these
I
are
shut
all
my
unedited.
I shut my mouth for a few minutes.
No, you don't.
No, because I do want to go back and edit these photos, and all
Yeah.
of these comments are helpful as far as how to edit them to make them better shots.
Well, keep in mind, all our edits are just opinions based
Yeah.
on
This is true.
hearsay and speculation.
Right.
And again, these are the uncropped.
Yeah.
This is before I shot. I took it down to a
See,
16.
I love shots like this where you get somebody actually doing something. That is just, that's coolness.
You still is that considered street photography?
I think so. Is it considered street photography? Hey,
Could
I asked
be.
the guy for permission before I did it.
Well, then it's not street photography.
Okay.
Here we go. All right.
Those are nice. I like
Thank you,
those.
gentlemen.
I like
Much better.
the 16 by 9
I
shot.
do like the 16 by 9.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that one, Portis. I will. There's your bone.
Yeah, now it's going to go to his head.
What hasn't gone to his head? Tell you the truth, Sweeney. What hasn't gone to his head?
Exactly.
What are your thoughts on reflections, though, Sweeney? I mean, Portis. What are your thoughts
You
on?
know what? At the end of the day,
Yeah, I mean,
think
he and I are kind of alike, so you can easily mistake us.
Both. They're both from California. They're both goofy.
Yeah. Well said.
I have to say, my whole point in I wanted to take the most reflective cars and things like that because I wanted to learn how to get a really reflective surface without getting myself in the reflection.
Yeah, that's a real trick.
And it was a serious challenge because those cars, I mean, they were buffing, polishing those cars like 3 or 4 times a day because every now and then there'd be like a little rain flurry, and these people would run out and like buff all the cars and stuff like that. So it was really fun to watch.
Course. Did you find yourself shooting a lot of like you had your image and you're like your arms outstretched and you're trying to hit the shutter?
Yes, because I actually, and it was a forced practice because I forgot my remote for my phone to fire the shutter. So I actually had to hold my camera and think about where I could stand to get the shot I wanted.
Poor baby.
Hey, that square jellyfish products really come in handy. I have a new application.
Shameless plug there. Shameless plug.
Yes.
Exactly.
Just a crutch.
Oh,
I mean, a purist wouldn't use it. A purist would figure out a way to do it with their arms.
Hey, I learned how to do it with my arms. Hey.
You got that point right.
Hey, I learned how to do it with my arms, gentlemen. Not a single reflection in those photos. Thank you very much.
You did well. You did well.
Well done.
Well, appreciate you sharing.
For a change.
What you got here, Sweeney?
Well, there's been some commentary over the week about the 60mm moment lens.
Yep.
About clarity and just what you can actually do with it. So what I've got on the screen is an unretouched lens shot using the 60mm. So iPhone 5S, 60mm moment lens, and let's just start zooming in, and I want to show you just how far you can take this thing and still get a pretty damn good image.
Nice.
I mean, more on my browser, but you can count the buttons on the backpacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty damn impressive for a smartphone.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What are some of the other like? What's the EXIF data on this shot? I know you got the lens on it.
Let's see here.
But some of the photography geeks probably.
You know what? If you give me a split second, I'll be able to tell you.
Can you get EXIF data out of Dropbox image?
This is the raw picture, but it's loaded into the browser window.
Okay.
So I don't actually
have instead of in like your photo.
Right, but I do have the pictures on my phone. So give me just a second here.
Sure.
You can talk amongst yourselves.
Was that the 60? You said that was the 60mm?
Yes.
Yep.
This is the 60 for moment, and it would be their equivalent of a zoom.
Right.
And I would almost consider it normalizes the iPhone. At best, it's a very mild zoom. But it's the equivalent of shooting what I would call with a 50 to 70mm on a DSLR.
And those things, they wasn't all of that big. You could easily just pop it in your pocket. You know,
so,
if you're going on a photo wall, just pop it in your pocket, and it's not necessarily something bulky to carry around.
Right. So the built-in lens, not the 60, but the built-in on the iPhone S is the equivalent of a 30mm.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pushing probably 70mm or so equivalent. The exposure was 1/700th of a second, ISO 32. Pretty bright day.
Wow.
And I shot this with Pro Camera.
Grizzly Run.
Yeah. So I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. And
what's the controversy with the moment?
The controversy is a lot of people are bitching that an iPhone, in particular, because that's what we were talking about, is not a real camera, and you can't take quality pictures with it.
Bullshit.
Well, yes.
No.
Yeah, we all disagree.
And I was making the case. I was using some of these pictures I shot with the moment lens, saying not only am I shooting with an iPhone, but I've got an aftermarket lens hung on the front of it that blows the hell out of some of the cheap DSLRs I've seen and used.
Yep.
And in particular, this particular lens, I mean, everything's clear. You can see the water droplets. I mean, to do this with a DSLR really takes some trickery. And what I really like, you can even see the facial expression. I mean, the dude's got his phone
He's squinting.
He's squinting like, hoping
Yeah.
I don't get soaked while I take this picture.
Yeah.
Well, what I think,
Yeah.
I think that sets it apart. What you need to realize with the DSLR, you would have had to use a very fast shutter speed to get those
1/1000th of a second.
Oh yeah.
an incredibly fast shutter speed.
So here's the deal. You would have had to put it in shutter priority.
Hmm.
You would have had to set the shutter speed, which means you would have to know what to set it to. And then you would have to play with some of the other settings.
Hmm.
Put a zoom lens on. You would have had to put a zoom lens on. You'd have to focus it and dial it all in. On the iPhone, I literally put the lens in place, held it up, and took my picture.
Waiting on him to come around and
Right.
snap.
There was actually no thought that went into it.
There's some timing because he clearly has a.
There's timing, but there's timing with either camera.
Yeah.
My point is, there's nothing on the phone to really mess with.
Exactly.
So
That's what's up. Very nice.
I'm impressed with these damn lenses, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Those are some good ones.
Oh yeah, they're great lenses.
And of course, with all of the fragmentation, quote unquote, on Android, we probably wouldn't see something like that for. an
No,
Android
he hasn't.
device,
They've got
correct?
them.
They
got
do?
them.
They
For
have
the
those
S4.
lenses.
Yeah.
I bet they have them for the Galaxies, of course.
Galaxy, yeah. And I don't know what else they're bringing them out for, but they did not forget some of the Android users.
I would imagine you'll see it for the HTC and probably LG at some points. Since HTC is the other popular one.
Yeah, that is a popular one.
I wonder what is the percentage breakdown as far Samsung is the predominant Android.
That's the one.
That's
Yep.
the main one.
Right?
That's the one.
I would think because they're the ones. When you look at advertisements, I don't think does anybody else advertise an Android phone outside of Samsung.
Not really.
Samsung
But,
spends
but as someone that's been shooting with an S5 for the last month, I like the camera well enough, but the interface sucks.
Yeah, they screw up the UI.
I'm hearing Samsung thinking about dropping Android.
They're trying, but they're having their own pitfalls going over to Tizen. That's the other operating system.
Tizen?
Yeah,
That's what their smartwatch
Mm-hmm.
uses. Is that the Google Gear, the Google Fit, and all that.
I mean,
use Tizen.
that would be a mistake. Closed systems are a mistake when it comes to a smartphone.
I agree.
Well, the iPhone does pretty good. It's a closed system.
Not so much anymore.
It's not. No, I think that
Since
iPhone.
this last keynote.
Right.
Yeah, and wait, there's more.
Yes.
I promise you, there's one more thing. We'll just say it like that. There's one more thing.
I'm waiting.
There's one. I'm waiting. There's a reason why why Samsung and Apple decided to drop all of their patent disputes out of the
Of
US.
course there is. Of course there is.
I'm just gonna say that. There's a reason.
Nobody's stupid. Well, there are, but they're not here.
I'm gonna
They're clearly
share
using the Windows
my
phone.
shot here.
What you got there?
If I can get my screen to scroll. There we go. Oh, damn.
Like playing with those clouds, don't you?
I do. I have fun with that.
Clouds are great fun.
Oh yeah.
All right. This one, you guys remember I went to the amusement park last week, and I said I had a bunch of other shots that I just didn't really get to take a look at. But this one is one of my favorites.
This one. I like this.
I like
I
it.
like this. Yeah.
One of your best ones, Ant. In fact,
This
to tell you
is-
the truth.
This is like the flagship roller coaster at that park. It's the
What is
Dale
it?
Earnhardt Intimidator.
What is the amusement park?
Carowinds.
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 So is this one of those that go like on the outside of a loop and spin you around?
Oh no! This one is strictly about it's damn near a vertical drop for that first hill. Is pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a video of a roller coaster that Sarah and I rode. I want to know if it's like that.
this is pretty good. It's the catch on this particular coaster is the negative G's. When you get to the top of the next hill,
Right.
if you can see these seats here,
Yeah.
the seats are like desk chairs. I mean, I'm serious. It feels like
I want you comfy.
yeah. And it just has one little bar on your lap. But when you get to the top of the hills after this one, you
Right.
feel like you're going to fly out. It's the negative G's that gets you. more so than the
Interesting.
positive G's. It really it'll make you think twice riding it. But
X4,
I
X2.
wanted to grab this one. This was as we were coming back in to let the other riders on, and I just got lucky. As I wanted to try to get something somewhat dramatic and be able to show the hill. I had another one somewhere. I can't find it.
Well,
It may be
what's
in my
cool about this is the coloring. I mean, you got these
Oh
really
yeah.
bright sky
Oh,
with
yes.
the red. It's awesome.
I bumped up the saturation of the red.
Yeah.
'Cause it was a little dull. Um, but I got lucky because again, you guys know I can't use a lot of bright sunlight, and this having a nice hazy day, it really worked out on this one.
Sweet.
And of course, I played around with the clouds a little bit, just
Of course.
brushed them a little bit. I like clouds. Gives drama. Gives drama, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And if you go to my site antpruitt.com, you'll also see there's a video of us riding this thing. Lots of fun. Me and the
Nice.
hardheads. But that was all I wanted to share this week.
Good stuff.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. I need to go do back day.
Yes.
And
I'm out of wine. I'm done.
Of course. We will let Mr. King tell us where we can find him here on these interwebs.
Hopefully not in the hospital anymore, but
No.
I can be found at Michael King 4023 on anything.
All right. Appreciate you hanging out with us, and please rest up, my man. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
rest.
well, this weekend you're gonna find me in bed all weekend.
Oh, okay. I was about
No.
to say you better not be at
I will
home.
not find you in bed.
No, we won't.
That, or I'm gonna go. I take it. What I take it back. I'll be in bed some, but I think I'm going to the range as well and take some.
No.
Have some pot shots at stuff.
No. Stay home, dude. Please stay
Stay
home.
home.
Jeez. Thank you again, Mr. King.
No
Next
problem.
up, Mr. Portis.
You can find me this week's in honor of National IPA Day. You can find me on the Untapped app.
Untapped, baby.
Untapped. Since Foursquare has decided to screw up their entire app interface by splitting it into two, find me on Untapped. You can see what IPAs I am currently drinking, among other beers that I enjoy. So
Untapped.
just search A Black on a Mac on your favorite social network, including the Untapped app, and you will find me.
Bingo. Appreciate it, bro.
No problem. Thank you.
Next up, Mr. Sweeney.
Hey. Well, you're going to find me in the new room doing painting and caulking and all that happy crap.
Hold on.
But,
Here's your camera. We only see the top of your head. Your lower third is covering it up. It's covering you up. There you go. Now you're right.
I'm slouching. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I'm out of wine. So
That'll do it.
that'll do it. So I do want to mention a cool little app since I'm in the middle of reconstruction right now called Magic Plan.
Magic.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that app. That's how we figured out where everything was going to go in our new house.
Is it Vizio for the phone?
No.
It's better
This
than
is very
Vizio.
slick. So you basically load Magic Plan onto your phone, and I believe they support Android.
Android
And
also,
it
yes.
uses your camera. So it throws a horizontal bar on the screen that says, put this bar on the bottom corner or the bottom of where the wall and the floor meet.
Yep.
And then you keep your arms to your sides, and then you lift the phone up, and you do the same thing for the top. And then you circle around, and you basically tap the screen where you want corners, and this thing will generate a floor plan with
Snap.
measurements.
Yeah.
Measurements.
Yeah. I used that about a year ago.
That is a cool app.
That is Portis Manor right there.
You got it? Yep.
Well, damn. It's
So
pretty slick.
I've been using it, and I've been very happy with it.
It is amazing.
Go
The
ahead.
secret sauce is if you have Acrobat Pro, this is pro tip, if you guys have Acrobat Pro, all the silly overlays that you add in when you export it to PDF can easily be removed for a professional
nice.
floor plan.
So
Couple clicks.
I've got I've got an app that I found, and it's in memory of Mr. Portis, and it's called Horizon. and it will keep you recording video horizon mode no matter how you turn the camera.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Very nice. Horizon.
When you're on roller coasters and I forget you're supposed to always hold it. This is a much harder hold without.
Oh, it is. I
fingers in the way.
understand, but it will let you hold it like this and still record it in horizon.
Yes, because
I
this
need
is the
that
only
app.
way to hold when you're riding in a roller coaster without getting your fingers in the way.
Yep.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
I need
I've
that
done
app
it.
myself.
Because
I'm going to keep trying these shots. I'm going to need that.
as a parent who bought his 11-year-old son a new iPhone 5S this week,
Oh,
Holy
Yeah.
my goodness. Oh my
And
gosh.
both of my 11-year-old and my 14-year-old got 5S's this week.
Ooh, you
My
better than
14-year-old
me.
daughter going to high school, and my 11-year-old son both got
Are you not
5S's
waiting for the
this week.
6 to come out?
And
How dare you?
we'll talk off camera. We'll talk off camera. Yeah, that gator grip. I'm just no.
Gator grip,
The
yeah.
gator grip is all I have to say about that.
Mhm.
So, anyways, those are my two mentions this week of stuff I've been playing with. You can find me at msmedia.me. You can find me in iTunes, Michael Sweeney. Look under Michael Sweeney iPhone, you'll find me. Buy my book.
Buy the book. Buy the
I'm going to
book.
start doing some little messaging across the video here.
Yes.
You know what you should have?
Don't buy.
Put a little scroller. I need a little scroller that goes across the bottom.
Well, I'll work on that. I'll see if I can
You
edit
do
it
that.
out.
You do that.
Boinks TV.
You tell them I need a scroller.
The Boinks TV app will do it for you.
No,
Well,
I know Boinks will do it. Yeah.
Mike, if you
Yes,
have
dear.
if you have cam twist, it works in
Can you hit yourself again for me?
That's your question.
Yeah, but Cam Twist is for Windows, though, right?
No, there's a cam twist for it's called something else, but it is.
But cam twist working here, and you can put it scrolling somewhere. Buy my book,
Buy my book. There we go.
and it'll scroll right on top.
Excellent.
Oh my gosh. Good stuff. Appreciate you coming out, Mr. Smith. I have to say, I am
You're the one that
impressed
let me in.
at the first ever gun drawn in a hangout on someone. That's a first. I'm glad I was part of history.
You're probably going to get
And
rejected
there
by
is a
YouTube.
Yeah,
right.
I should
No.
get a nice email
Uh,
that one.
You gotta watch the gun hangouts. They're always showing off stuff.
This podcast is open carry.
It wasn't aimed at the camera at one person though.
Exactly.
Good.
There is a version of Cam Twist for the Mac, but I suggest Boinks TV Studio.
That works too.
Does it actually work with the Hangouts, though?
Yeah.
Yes, because you can pull in the Cam Twist as a camera.
Ah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
slick.
I'll
Damn.
have to play because I do have Boinks.
Nice. All right. Next up, Mr. Richard Orth.
Yeah. For sharing apps, I like something called Theodolite. It's Theodolite. It's actually it's based on a surveyor's tool. That's the thing that you see the guy peering through the little telescope, and he gets his angles and gets his turns and stuff. And that's what you see when you bring up the camera in the app. That's what you see. You see a line across and a line up, and it starts to show you the angles and stuff. And then I think dead center, it tells you the distance to that point.
Ooh.
Very nice.
It calculates where that is out in space. And then it's got some other stuff, and you can take a picture using it. You can even you can take either just a plain picture, or you can take a picture with all that stuff overlaid on it.
Nice.
I have one, but it's on my phone, and my phone isn't handy, so I can't download it.
That's pretty sweet.
Cool.
But most of the stuff that I like to play with involves the camera. not necessarily that you can take a picture of, but like the augmented reality stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
there's several of those that I really like. There's one next week. For the next time I'm in, I can be more prepared to share
playing.
something.
All right.
That game, that Ingress game from Google, don't start. Oh, my.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Ingress will get you hooked.
No, it's not. No, it's not Ingress. It's not Ingress.
Oh my goodness! I'll just
Ingress
say it
will
like
get you
that.
hooked.
But there's one that I really like that you can go to a map and you put a point down, and then no matter where you are, literally in the world, you can find that point just by moving your camera around. So I live here in Central Florida. I've got the 2 space shuttle launch pads marked.
Yeah.
So I can, no matter where I am, I can say, oh, the shuttle would have launched from right through there.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And so I've marked my parents' house, my parents' condo, stuff like that. So I can always say, your house is over there.
Cool. And by the way, guys, here's the magazine. There's the shell. So it wasn't even loaded.
Still, there's a barrel on my screen. Jeez. All right. Thank you again, Richard. Appreciate you coming out and sharing your shots with us. All right. That leaves me. Lastly, I am Ant Pruitt. My lower third went away because, I crashed it earlier some kind of way. But
there it is.
There you go. Now you see it.
Now
I'm
you
Ant
see it.
Pruitt.
Now
You
you
can
don't.
find me here on Google Plus as usual. You can also check me out on antpruitt.com, my little personal site, and my YouTube channel under Ant Pruitt, youtube.com/AntPruitt. And I'm getting ready to get back busy again with my writing for a new domain, as well as our smartphone photographers website. So you go to smartphone-photographers.com, which is where you'll find the reruns of this lovely hangout, member introductions, some highlight shots, tips, tricks, just some random stuff. But it's good stuff, though. We appreciate the folks watching. Congratulations again to Nicole. You are on the clock. So let's get us another challenge ready for the community and see if we can get out there and get some good shots submitted. Thank you for the folks that's been watching. Thank you for the community for being a great community. I really appreciate all of the members in there. Yes, I do clean up and kick people out from time to time, but that's what we do.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next week, we'll see you again on Thursday. Again, as I said, pre-show or beginning of the show. Might be a little bit later than 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because of some other stuff I got going on, but we're still going to have this thing. So I will see you folks next week. And as Mr. Sweeney says, buy his book and keep shooting photos.